Hello Aries friends, and welcome to your horoscope for October of 2021, where this month we have got an action-packed set of energy with retrogrades. Just everything is coming out of retrograde, so we get this direct energy going, and it's back to back to back. So we've got a couple days in October that are absolutely energetically packed, and all of this now at this point in the year is really about moving some things forward. We've been under an evaluation, reviewing some things from all the way from 2019 really coming up until now, until 2021. And as these planets come out of retrograde this month, it is like forward motion. You have permission from the outside world, society, to your house, to your personal insights to start to move some things forward. And some of that moving forward this month, Aries, really has a lot to do with telling some things goodbye. Now, if you have not had an opportunity to watch my video talking about Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter coming out of retrograde, I'll put a card right here. Please check out that video, and I'll also make sure it pops up on the screen for you here at the end. But you definitely want to know the energy that you are working with so that you can understand why you need to say no to something so that you can say yes to something else, and why you would say yes to something so you know what to say no to as well. So a lot going on this month, not to mention we are within this 4 to 6 week time frame before we hit the eclipse cycle that will be coming in November. So you can start to feel some of these energies shifting and changing for you already, like your life is getting ready to take a very new course and track of direction. You can start feeling that now as we get into that eclipse that's going to happen in November. So a lot of energy building this month, and what I really want to hand to you, Aries, is the understanding that at this point in the year, I want you to dig in and dig down for some joy, but also some courage to let go of what you need to let go of, because the adventure is awaiting you. All right. Now, if this is going to be too long of a breakdown for you, you don't want all the visuals, remember you can also check out the shorts for October. So you can click right here, just a quick run through of what's going on for your sign through the month of October. So you can check those out as well. And for the rest of us, let's get in here. Let's look at the chart and let's see what's going on this month, Aries. All right, right out of the gate on the 6th, we've got not only a new moon happening in the energy of Libra, which is going to light up and stimulate this 7th house, which is already on fire this month. There's a lot happening here, especially in terms of review, because we've also got Mercury retrograde in the energy of Libra. Now, the 7th house is all about conscious, chosen one-on-one relationships, where we are making significant commitments, where we have significant relationships in our life. And I want you to not make this a very vague statement, right? Your one-on-one relationships are as much about you and a power greater than yourself, that divine alignment, you with yourself, you with your spouse, partner, husband. Your business partners exist over here as well, to include open enemies that you have, someone you know you have an issue with. So maybe this is a lawsuit, maybe this is the neighbor you know you don't like, right? These all exist in a place where you get to consciously choose how you interact and partner in there. So having a new moon at 13 degrees of Libra, this opens space for you to plant your seeds of intention to either begin something new or give something a different perspective. You can ask for fresh eyes on something, or if there's a relationship in your life that you'd like to start heading in a different direction, ask for it. Plant your seeds of intention here, but you plant those seeds and then get out of the way. You can't stand there and watch your seeds grow, right? Like, plant them and move on. Now, this particular moon is also really tightly conjunct Mars, but it is in a quincunx to Uranus. So we'll go into that during the bigger breakdown of just the moon specifically. But what I want you to know about this energy at this particular time is that the moon is like matched with action and energy and desire and a willingness to do something, to take appropriate action with Mars here. But that quincunx to Uranus is like, I'm not exactly sure how to make this happen. That's the trick. That's the challenge. I do desire a newness. I do desire a forward direction, but I might not see exactly how to make that happen, or I might not feel like I have all of the resources to make that happen yet. A quincunx is just an annoyance. Don't worry, the energies are going to move on. Information will continue to be revealed to you through the month, but just know you've got a fresh start here in relationships. Now, a part of that fresh start is that on the same day Pluto is coming direct in the energy of Capricorn, and this is tip top. So up in your 10th house, the career zone, the zone that we know you as, and as your title, what's your reputation? What do you do for the public or the community? Now, as Pluto is coming direct at 24 degrees of Capricorn, all at the same day that we're having this new moon, Pluto says something has to die off so that something else can live here. So in terms of who and what and how we have known you in public, Aries, for quite some time, it may mean that some relationships had to shed so that new relationships that can support your journey, that are alive and well and part of your phoenixing process, are absolutely on tap and you're in alignment. But make no doubt that something we knew you as, some kind of alignment, Pluto has taken that down because that structure does not help you achieve anymore. Those relationships do not help you achieve anymore. That title, that vision doesn't help you achieve anymore. So as Pluto is direct here, we get the new moon all in the same day. This is the space where I tell you, Aries, have that courage. Take that warrior spirit with you and realize that even though this is Libra season that we've got going on at the beginning of this month, sacrificing your voice for the whole is not what's going to work out. You have to also have your oxygen mask on as well, okay? Now, when we get to the 7th, Venus is going to move on into the energy of Sagittarius. So the way we love, the way we spend money, the way that we value and attract things to us starts to take on a much more adventurous perspective, a much more faithful perspective. We want to see things. We want to know things. Now, for you very specifically, Venus is going to move in the general into your 9th house space. Publishing, marketing, broadcasting, beliefs, international travel, things that are foreign, ideas, ceremonies even. Venus moves into this area. So now I wouldn't be surprised if between now and November 5th, if Aries, you don't have some foreign ideas coming into your life. You're attracting foreign ideas. Maybe this is the time where you're like, Stormie, I'm doing it. I am launching this freaking YouTube channel, or I'm putting this book out here, or all right, I bought the damn Blue Yeti. Let's get ready to do this thing. Whatever it is, Venus here magnetizes opportunities for you to expand out, to go Sagittarius, but it also puts you in the space where you're even interested in things that have a more expanded they challenge and they expand your horizon. Now, for my friends who maybe are looking or in this area as well, you could find that you do have money coming to you from sources that seemed foreign to you before. And you can also have romance coming to you from sources that seemed foreign, whether that is someone is, not the same culture or the same religion that you are, or maybe it's even just someone or an opportunity you never even thought to think of. And Venus is attracting that adventure right here into your life. On the 10th, we've got Saturn turning direct in the energy of Aquarius, which will light up your 11th house space. Now, Saturn is coming direct in Aquarius at 6 degrees, so make sure you locate that on your chart, okay? So Saturn coming direct. Now, as Saturn came into the energy of Aquarius, we had a couple sneak peeks. We backed all the way up until March of 2020, and we saw Saturn touch in here into the Aquarian energy, and we all got thrown online. We all got thrown into technology as a globe. We all got thrown into a situation. So Saturn came in, creates its little bit of chaos and says, okay, we need to level up. I need to take you spiritually, but I also need to take your foundations to a different level so that you can continue to succeed and achieve here. Now for you, Aries, this first little dish of what's coming, you saw it in March, and it was Aquarian energy, technology, your individuality, right? What do you want to be known for? Because this lights up the 11th house, but it also started to make some really serious changes to your friends, your social groupings, and your long-range plans, aspiration and vision and design of how you were going to get those dreams to be fulfilled, did it not? And then we get to December of 2020, Saturn moves into Aquarius, and now we're here. Saturn's going to show you first what's not working, reward you for the things you've been doing right, and tighten that up, make sure that that's solid. But also then when Saturn is retrograde, the things it showed you were not on par in your 11th house, friends, social groupings, organizations that you're attached to, the plan of the design of how you were going to get to your long range goals, even what you were known and getting accolades for. You started looking back over that to get serious. You had to level up. And likely what happened for so many of you Aries friends is that it was heavy. Things came into your space and you felt like, I doubt that I can do this differently. Things even very specifically around technology. And you were like, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Or you felt the heaviness of needing to get serious about stepping into that to be able to achieve. You raise the foundation and make it more solid. You level up when you're working with Saturn energy. Now you've been in review. We're not done with Saturn and Aquarius, but you've done this first pass of real review. So as Saturn comes direct here on the 10th, now you're gonna start to see your ability to move your Aquarian nature. You've got this different level of vibration available to you, and you're gonna start to move it out in the world in a way that we can really see and that you can achieve with. So if you have not been aligned with the correct friends, if you have not been in alignment with the correct vision of organizations that you need to be attached to, if you have not been leveled up in your tech, right, you got to work on that, and we're going to start to see that very much so come forward. On the 18th, busy day. Jupiter's coming out of retrograde in the energy of Aquarius, also in this 11th house space, and Jupiter's coming direct at 22 degrees of Aquarius. So got some distance between it and Saturn, but they're still vibrating in the same sign, so in the same space, 11th house. Jupiter here has been expanding you out. It has been pushing your horizons, right? But Jupiter also, while it pushes those horizons and gets you to expand out, you need wisdom to expand. So Jupiter will usually bring you a teacher to this 11th house space, a new friend who shows up and is teaching you something new, or teaching you about friendship, teaching you about technology, teaching you about which organizations you want to be aligned with, right? Bringing the wisdom of those people to your table, right? As well as helping you to expand out in this 11th house. So as Jupiter's been retrograde, who came into your life? What people, places, organizations came into your life that were teaching you how to 11th house, how to expand that out. Now as Jupiter's out of retrograde, it's like, let's go. We got this Jupiter and Saturn, let's go, let's take this show on the road kind of energy. So again, we see you blossoming out, okay? Now also on that same day though, Mercury comes out of retrograde in the energy of Libra. So you are going to want to be paying attention to what is going on in your chart in the Libra areas, because you've been looking over this for about 3 weeks anyways. And this is again all about the relationships, the 7th house connections, conscious chosen one-on-one relationships. So Mercury comes direct this day, so contracts, communication, things between relationships will probably start to ease up a little bit, but I always suggest that if you can give Mercury a couple days up to a week before you make any really big decisions, that's great. Mercury needs to get his cosmic coffee, get his life together, and be like, okay, I'm back from vacation, right? Give me a minute to nestle in before you start making all of these requests. But I think you definitely get to see the energy ease up and become more available to make these decisions and have the confusions or uncertainties start to lift from here going forward. But that is an energetically very busy day because we've got planets stationing. Stationing days are challenging because they move our energies around vibrationally in a way that we don't feel so stable. So if around the 18th and 19th you are feeling like, whoa, 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 I just want you to be able to give yourself some grace and also know maybe where to plant and place that that shakiness, okay? Now, when we get to the 20th, we've got a full moon, probably one of the most important of the year, in your sign, Aries. This is a full moon in Aries, so it says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted, and it's in your first house, your energy. So what is it, Aries? What is it that at this phase of the moon, at 27 degrees of Aries, that's an advanced degree, right? So you know what it is. You know what you're ready to shed, what you're ready to put down, what you're ready to adjust or pivot with so that you can move forward. Now, if you do happen to have any other planets that are in cardinal energies and they're around 27 degrees, so I'm talking about Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, you also want to look at where this moon may be stimulating you because it will definitely have connection. And you're going to feel You're going to feel this desire, this space cleared away for you to be able to step forward, to bring something to culmination. You're right, I don't belong with this vision or this plan anymore. You're right, I've had all this time during this outer planet retrograde, all of these months. I mean, here we are 10 months into a calendar year, and my vision for what's next is different. And this is a beautiful use of this moon. Get that inner warrior on track. You've got all of the light in the sky. What you're looking at is real. Move yourself forward. You have owned your voice from that new moon at the beginning of the month, which said, yes, everybody should win, but Aries cannot be forgotten. Are you taking care of yourself, Aries? Are you eating well? Are you resting well? All of these things. You have the light in the sky at this moon to look at everything, see it for what it is, and make the adjustments that you need to. Now, on the 23rd, we're going to see the sun move into the energy of Scorpio, which will light up your 8th house space, and will, of course, travel there all the way until November 21st. But then we'll also, just a few days later on the 30th, have Mars move into the energy of Scorpio as well. So all 8th house energy. And Mars is going to stay in this travel destination until December 13th, okay? So the 8th house space, this is joint resources. This is taxes, debts, inheritance. Astrology lives here as well. But I like to look at the 8th house as intimacy. You see into me, which means there's something very vulnerable and something very important and sacred attached to what you're doing with another person, place, or entity, right? If you are taking out a loan someplace and that place goes under, or that place makes changes, you will absolutely be affected. If you are sharing resources with another human being and they make some decisions in the 8th house, when that other resource or that other party makes changes, you are deeply affected, and you are left to deal with the vulnerability of how you will navigate being affected. So in the 8th house, when we're looking at the sun here bringing light, heat, life, and motivation, you may be creating a joint resource or a connection with another person. Maybe even you're collaborating with somebody on something, or maybe you are taking out that loan to start that new business or something like that. But then also Mars coming in here, Mars is not in any danger of a retrograde, so you are moving this area forward. Now I will tell you too, Aries, just in case you wanted to know, but Mars coming home into Scorpio is already comfortable, also in the 8th house. You can find the sex drive going up quite a bit. Now you use your sex drive as you use your sex drive, as long as you're not doing harm. But remember, it's also root chakra energy. So from the root up, that sexual energy is energy that we use to not only have sex, which is delicious, but also to create things. We create with that burst of primal energy. So I can't wait to see what it is that you create, what you heal, what you open up to, what you surrender to win to in this particular area, and where Aries you spend the month standing in your power without putting the other party down, okay? All right, my beautiful Aries friends, I love you a ton. I hope you have a fantastic month. Remember that you can listen to these for your sun, moon, or rising sign, but I specifically do them in a solar chart, which is based on looking at the energy for the sun. So you look at it for whatever you'd like to, my beautiful friends, but the interpretation will just be a little bit different, okay? Most importantly, get your own chart so you can see where it's happening for you. I love you guys a ton, and I'll see you next month. Bye.